Dearly beloved, we're here to celebrate the exposure and the death of somebody's social media career by a fraud named Zack George. This is the greatest fucking shit, man. I can't even believe this dude posted this fucking shit, right? It's just like a gift from like the social media heavens, right? So you gotta forgive me. I downloaded this video, but the girl's handle doesn't come up on the download. I'll definitely pay her a ton of credit for, I don't see it here. Anyway, so it's this video, right? This is the Zack George dude. He's working this pit bull. Looks like he's got mediocre drive for a toy. He's out in the middle of this big field. He's on a, looks like a long line and a harness. He's got a ball out in front, like he's trying to do like different type of markers, direct marker, indirect marker. So he tosses the ball out there. The dog seems pretty interested in it. And he tries to give the dog, like blocks it with all kind of spatial pressure, multiple commands, like an absolute shit show. Like the fact that he posted this video just reinforces the fact that he's an absolute fraud, has zero understanding of dog training, right? And that's what this whole force-free fake shit is about. It's just an absolute money grab that gives zero results to people. Just taps into this hope of folks that they have the goodness in their heart. They don't want to put pressure on their dogs. Just like we see people don't want to put pressure on their kids, and we see what happens with that shit. Like there's no organism on the face of this planet that lives in an environment that's free of discomfort, free of pressure, free of deprivation, free of stress and conflict. Like God hardwired this into all of our lives, no matter what species or organism you are. This is not heaven, by the way, right? There's a whole different world. It's a whole different realm full of all those things, right? So it's an absolute fraud. So who are we to rewrite God's script about not applying pressure to an animal that clearly understands how to manage it, right? And that's our role and responsibility, is to apply the appropriate level of pressure to make the animal understand it. And that's exactly how they treat themselves, right? So not to go off on a tangent, but this dude, right? So he throws his ball out in front of this pit bull and he's using multiple commands, right? The dog looks like he's got mediocre drive. He steps in front of it, blocking its vision, making it look at him, look at him, look at him. The dog finally says, all right, bro, you're boring as shit. You're blocking me. What do you want? Because again, the drive is mediocre for the ball. So he finally looks at him. He gives some type of marker to offer food, right? So he tries to provide positive reinforcement. That's the quadrant they all claim to play in. The dog says, you eat it, bro. I could give a shit less about your food. The ball is more interesting to me because he's probably not training with existential food training, right? The only calories the dog consumes is through training. That's a very powerful system if you understand that, and positive reinforcement. So then what happens, the dog says, eat it, you eat it. He tries to go around homie, right? So what he does, he grabs a leash and starts putting all kinds of leash pressure on the dog. Now he's in negative reinforcement, right? Tapping into opposition reflex. So what does the dog learn? What does the dog feel? The dog says, let me get the fuck away from you. Opposition reflex is that catalyst to drive forward against the leash pressure to get away from you even more. That's why harnesses, gentle leaders, like all these devices and tools that they talk about in the force-free fake community do nothing but the opposite of what they're trying to preach, right? So he's in negative reinforcement. The dog wants the ball. He realizes this is going to shit very quickly. So what does he do? He decides to tackle the fucking dog, right? Dives on the dog, grabs it. And if I think I'm right from memory, at about 23 seconds, he gives a very, very hard jolt on the dog's harness, right? So now he's in positive punishment. So now he should be banished. He should be like complete collapse of the force-free fakes on Zacky George, right? Because now you're the devil, right? Now you're the enemy putting pressure and aversives on this dog, right? So the dog actually flattens a little bit, but he's got the dog restrained. He's like bear hugging the dog. Yeah, right, that's pressure, right? So he's bear hugging the dog, giving multiple commands, and then just drags the dog away, right? So what does the dog learn in this thing? Absolutely nothing. He tries to apply negative punishment by putting the dog away. The dog learns zero. The only thing the dog learned is that this dude is full of chaotic chemistry. The opposition reflex of the harness and the tools. He says, I want to get the fuck away from you as fast as possible. Zero learning occurred. Zero good experience for the animal. And then the girl that posted this posts her magic, right? She is gifted dog trainer. I'm not sure who she is. Again, forgive me. When I post this, I'll absolutely tag her. It's a lab. She's working with direct markers, indirect markers, food reward, toy reward, e-collar, prong collar, and the dog is absolutely vibrating in drive, bubbling over with ignition and passion. The work is very correct. It's very fast. It's very dedicated to to all the work that she's done, and it's just a mystical moment, right, in time. So if you're a balanced dog trainer and you're on social media and you've heard this fucking douchebag attack us all, this is an absolute gift from the social media heavens, right, that it's fallen in our lap. Anytime this dude tries to run his mouth, let's just cut and paste this video. Just pop this link in there and end it. And God forbid, this dude tries to be the voice against us, like what happened in Jersey not too long ago, to try to take our tools. It doesn't take a dog training expert to witness what a shit show, how full of conflict his system is. The dog learned absolutely nothing. He's tethered to a leash. He's a hostage, and is going to remain that way his entire life. For me, that is absolute abuse. Where you have the other quickly pans to this girl's mystical fucking work, off-leash control, the dog living his best life, man. Zach, thank you, bro. You had a fucking moment of, you slipped, bro. You fucking dropped the ball. You fumbled hard by giving us all this gift, bro. And I can't thank you enough from the bottom of my heart, right? What do you think? It's good shit, right? It's worth all these fucking kisses. Just fucking magic.
He's not allowed to get that. Leave it. No. Look at me. Yes. Not getting that ball, buddy. Holy cow. Not getting that ball. No, sir.